How about that? Hey, happy Friday, y'all. It's not just happy Friday, it's Good Friday. Good Friday here, March the 29th, 2024. And, it begins the Easter holiday or resurrection holiday, if you will. So if you're a Christian, you follow that, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you want to know, let me know and I can tell you all about it. So anyway, we want to thank you for joining us here Friday morning. And I think we got a good topic or two to talk about, but I just want to jump in here and say, it's only 43 days till our next cruise, 43 days to our next one on MSC Seashore. And our diets are coming along nicely. It takes a little while for your body to adjust to the diet. And I think people give up too quick sometimes on diets. They go, well, I tried it for a few days and it didn't work. Or I tried it for a week and it didn't work. You got to kind of stick with it for at least a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden your body will go, oh, I get it. You want to lose weight. Okay. I thought this was a new tricky way for me to gain weight with less food. But yeah, so it's all starting to work. And so let me jump in here in the chat real quick and say hi to everybody. It looks like John Gaylor was the first one in here this morning. Good morning to you, John. Right there, one of our fabulous, fantastic, wonderful moderators. Great to see you here this morning. And then the Z-Man's rolling in saying, thank God it's Friday, Sea Legs. Right on. Eddie in the house going, yo, yo, yo. Brooklyn Eddie in the house. My leg baby daddy, don't forget. Midlife Travels coming in saying, good morning, Sea Legs. Good morning to you, Midlife. Woo! And here we are at the end of the week. Scott McNeal's coming in saying, good morning again, everybody, because Scott's been everywhere this morning, sort of like I've been. I started off with Jimmy, the astute tourist, and Kenny, the Ford man, over this morning at 6 a.m. And he actually had a game that I could play. It was good at. It was photographs of different places around the world, historical places. That's a topic I'm actually was good at. I didn't have to copy Denise today. Jennifer from Embarkation Nation coming in from the See Me Traveling Raid. Right on, Jennifer. Her and Andrew and Chloe are down there having a great time on their cruise. I believe it's the Celebrity Apex. I don't want to get that wrong, but I know they've been everywhere. They've been to St. Thomas. They've been to the Caribbean. They're just doing it up down there, having a fantastic time. Woo! Y'all continue to have a great time there, Jennifer. And there it is. It's a cruise life right there. Pete and Lisa coming in off that raid from See Me Traveling. And after we left Jimmy's show at 7:15, we hung out with Eddie over there. And Eddie's going to come back on again at 9 o'clock with Jeremy and Cheryl and Scott for Go Live Together. And of course, we all know at 8 o'clock, we all just came over from Kurt and Marcia. We got to see Kurt on the pole, not once, but twice. Thanks to Jen Cohen and Jennifer from Embarkation Nation for that. Robin even came in here from her other room, the peanut gallery, to go, I want to see Kurt on the pole. I want to see Kurt on the pole. So she come running in. She goes, back it up so I can see it. I go, oh, wait a minute. We're going to get to see it again right now anyway. VentureCast is coming in. Good morning to you. Good morning, VentureCast. I believe that's your first time in here this morning, so we're going to give you the Oinky Pig. How about that? Sea Tripping with Kim and Scott. Good morning. All good morning to you guys. Woo! We've been having fun over there checking y'all out too. Embarkation Nation saying good morning, Andrew. And Andrew's got a little pole dancing game going on too. Just so y'all know, be sure to check out Embarkation Nation. And they got a great channel over there too. Fantastic people, and they can even help you book that cruise if you need that help. Hey, Chet. Hey, Pete. And ahoy there, Captain Billy. He says ahoy there, everybody. And the captain is here. Right on, Captain Billy. Good to see you this morning. Happy Friday morning to you. And speaking of Jimmy, there's Jimmy right now, the astute tourist coming in. Woo! Jimmy, you had a great game this morning. I actually was good at this game. You finally found one that I could play without copying Denise. I love it. And Bone Tired there. Speaking of Denise, there she is. Hey, y'all, snoozing and listening. Bone Tired. We're going to let you go to sleep very peacefully. We're going to talk very calmly. No, we're not. We're at Sea Leg Journeys. We wake people up. We get things going. We get you pumped up for the weekend. Are y'all excited about Easter weekend? Do you have plans? Do you have travel plans? I noticed this morning Kurt and Marshall was talking about how traveling's different on the road now than it was when we were kids. And one of the things I thought about was air-conditioned cars. I remember riding around in cars with no air conditioning, y'all. How many of y'all old enough to remember that? Whew. Let me tell you what, GPS is a fantastic thing. I don't know how we traveled without it, but how do we travel without air conditioning is a bigger question in my mind. Good morning to you, Kurt and Marcia. We was just talking about y'all. I'm sure you heard. Good things, of course, because y'all are fantastic. Scott says 20 days until his transatlantic. That's right. Scott's going to be flying over yonder and getting on the ship and coming back, I think, to Fort Lauderdale. Woo! Have a great time, Scott. That's going to be fantastic. Wish I could go on that one. That's one of our bucket list dream cruises, is a transatlantic. It sure is. And Eddie says it takes about 3 weeks for the body to finally react. Shut my hole. Yes, that's the truth, Eddie. At least 2 weeks anyway. Finally, 2 weeks, I started to see a little bit. And in 3 weeks, just like you're saying, it's kicking in. I'm down about 9 pounds now, and it's starting to show. I can feel the difference in my clothes and start to see a little difference. Yep, I'm ready. And Captain Billy says, "Ahoy there, not my Chief Jimmy." I love it. And Jimmy says 70 days until he's going to be on the MSC Magnifica. Woo, that's going to be awesome, Jimmy. It's going to be awesome. I believe that's going to be your first time on MSC too. And we've only been on one, and we loved it. Good enough that we booked another one, and that's what we're going to be on in 43 days. We are looking so forward to it. I think we're going to sleep the first 2 days. Jimmy says, "Chet, you did well." I did. I was patting myself on the back, except I can't reach my back or my shoulders. But anyway, I was trying to. VentureCast says 23 days until the Carnival Miracle 14-day Alaska cruise. Oh, that's a double squeaky right there. VentureCast, you got the first double squeaky of the day. Carnival Miracle. Man, we were on that ship in like 2005. It was a beautiful ship, fantastic ship, and 14 days in Alaska. Wow. All I got to say is wow. If you haven't done it, you're going to love it. We did a 7-day cruise followed by 5 days on land last year. So it was 12 days. And oh my gosh, it is so fantastic. I recommend everybody to go to Alaska at least once. At least once. You got to go see it. Pictures and video just don't do it justice at all. And I agree. Jimmy says the kids today don't know how good they have it. Ain't that the truth, Jimmy? I mean, we traveled we were just one step above Fred Flintstone pedaling the car, right? I mean, no air condition, and yeah, and you had AM radio. No GPS. You had to break out the map, and the maps, when you unfold them, were about this big. And you had where were we? It was kind of fun though to follow the maps. I still, believe it or not, I still have a road atlas in the car. So she's driving and following the GPS, and I'm helping her watch that. But I'm still following along that little map. And let me tell you, the map just is compared to the GPS. But you know, when you grow up doing it, you still want to do it anyway, just to be reminded of how good the GPS is. Good morning to you, Jackie Hudson. She's saying good morning to everybody out there. Thanks for joining us here on this happy Friday morning, also known as Good Friday, by the way, y'all. And VentureCast says, we had AC back then. It was 2 down at 65. Right on. And a lot of those cars, I had a 62 Ford Galaxy 500, and it had knobs on either side for vents that were down there by your feet, and you'd push those knobs, and a vent would open up. I'll tell you what, at 65 miles an hour, you did get some air blowing in there on your feet. Good morning to you, Team Reese. Thanks for joining us this morning. Woo! Happy Friday to you. And Sea Trippin says 29 days till our first Princess cruise on the Caribbean Princess. Well, let me tell you something, Kim and Scott. Princess is probably our favorite cruise line. We've been on the Caribbean Princess. We did a 14-day, 2 back-to-back cruises on that thing, and you're going to love that ship. It is fabulous. Yeah, I think it has more pools than any other ship at sea. It's got a fantastic crew. We love the Caribbean Princess, and we think you will too. Have a great time on that cruise. I'll tell you what, I think you're going to love Princess. Jimmy says manual windows, no seat belts, standard transmissions. How did we survive? Right? I know what you mean. Woo! Yeah, those were the good old days, right? And VentureCast says, ashtrays in the car. My dad would be smoking those parliaments on those long road trips. Hey, let me tell you, my dad had Winston, right? Winston, and my mom's on the other side of Virginia Slims, and I'm in the back seat. If I didn't find out till after I was an adult that I had asthma that only affects me from smoke, whether it be a campfire, forest fire, or cigarettes or whatever. So I'm in the back seat, where the back comes down to the seat, and I've got my face stuck in there like I'm trying to stick my head in the trunk, just trying to be able to breathe. And they would think that little crack in the window that was letting all the smoke out. It wasn't. I was back there dying. John says, I like to take those maps on trips. GPS doesn't like it when you don't follow the recommended route. That's true. Boy, ain't that true. And we've made the mistake sometimes of thinking, you know what? We don't want to turn there. I think if we turn here, this is the way we used to go. Let's go this way. And then we get up there and there's a great big clog up of traffic because there was a wreck or something that the GPS knew and we didn't pay attention to them. So we've burned ourselves twice not following their GPS instructions. So, yeah, I tell you. And I like looking ahead. You can see on the GPS the little red line so that you know, might as well start slowing down because they're coming to a complete stop up here in about a half a mile, Butterfly windows were the best. Oh, that's right, Jimmy. That little triangle window up here on either side, and you flip the little lever and you push it out, and it would blow some air right in on your face and neck. Those things were awesome too. I have to admit, I did like them. And C. Trippin says, Sea Lake Journeys, thanks. We can't wait. Oh, yeah. Man, I wish I was going to. You're going to love it. Hey, there's Tiffany from Canadian Family Life saying, hey, all. Hey, y'all, up there in Canada. Good to see you, Tiffany. I was watching you cook the other day. Yep, you was making some good stuff. I was going to type in there, hey, can you make that gluten-free? But but it wasn't live, so, so I didn't type that in there. I just typed hi to you. Hey, y'all, I got a question for you, too. Maybe you can put an answer in the chat. We thought about doing a Dollar Tree raid before we go on the cruise. Well, we're going to anyway, but we wonder, is that still a thing that we should film? You think that would draw any interest? In other words, is anybody watching people do Dollar Tree raids before they go on a cruise? Or would you like, oh, that's a good idea? I mean, we might do it anyway, but I'm just wondering, am I going to get 15 views or 1,500 views? A Dollar Tree raid before we go on a cruise. I don't know if that's been done too much in the past. I haven't seen anybody do it in a long time. And I thought, well, nobody's done it in a long time. Maybe it's because nobody cares anymore, or maybe it's just time for that to come back around again. Because, it's a big circle. You may not talk about something for a year or see it happening for a year, and then all of a sudden, woo, now it's time again. And I don't want to wait and be the last one to do it. VentureCast says, before Buc-ee's, there was Stuckey's, laugh out loud. Pecan log, anyone? Yeah, and you know what? Stuckey's reminds me also of Howard Johnson's. Howard Johnson's, we used to pull in there and get stuff to eat. And then you have to stop at the Stuckey's and get that pecan log roll because they'd have them everywhere. And I had a pecan log roll for my birthday every year when I was a kid. Yep. See there, Robin from Sea Lake Journeys is over there saying that when she was a kid, she got a pecan log every year for her birthday. How about that? John says pecan log was the best. I think you can still get them. I bet you can get them at Buc-ee's. They're not as good, though. They don't, nothing's as good anymore, though. She was just saying that the pecan logs aren't quite as good now as they used to be. It seems to me that there's a lot of stuff. I remember the last time I had a bag of M&Ms, it's probably been 6 months ago now, but I remember when I ate it, I was like, how come these aren't as good anymore as I remember they used to be like, wow. And it was just not good enough that I haven't even had another bag of M&Ms. I just don't even have an interest for it anymore. It kind of did me in. Is that candy? It's better than candy. Jimmy, it's better. Better because it's got nuts in it, so it's healthy. Yeah, don't worry about the sugar. It's okay. It's got nuts, so it's healthy. I think it's the $2 tree now. Yeah, well, down here it's the $1.25, the $1.25 tree here. But we're thinking about. I think we're going to do it and see what happens anyway. May do a raid, or we may just make it a shopping day raid, getting ready for the cruise, and we'll hit Dollar Tree and we'll hit Walgreens, and we'll hit Walmart or whatever, and see what we get, and something like that. It just sounds like something that hasn't been done in a while. Maybe we'll do that. But this morning, I did want to talk to you about a new ship that's coming out. Margaritaville, as you know, has their one little ship going out of West Palm straight over to the Bahamas, over there and back. That's pretty much all it does. It's a small ship, an older ship, but they redid it as best they could, and it did well enough. It did well enough that they are adding a second ship, y'all. And in mid-June, that thing's going to be coming out. And it's going to be going out of the port of Tampa. It's going to be called the Margaritaville Islander. And it's going to be doing sailings that are 4 days, 5 days, 6 days, and yes, even 7 days long. How about that? Margaritaville did well enough for that little ship, 2-day cruises out of West Palm, that they're adding a second ship out of Tampa that's going to be doing longer cruises. That's good news, I think. John says, almost as good as a payday candy bar. Woo! Almost as good. Almost as good. I think, what is my favorite right now? I think if I had to pick a favorite, it'd probably be a Mounds bar. Man, that chocolate, deep dark chocolate with coconut. Try saying that 3 times fast. Jimmy says the Dollar Tree is the $7 tree now. Really? And now down here it didn't have anything. I think $5 was the most expensive thing they had in there. There's only a couple of them. Most of the stuff we got $2 trees right near us, and they're like $1.25. Most of the stuff in there was $1.25. There was a section on one aisle. It was $3 stuff, but yeah, it's still got some good deals in there, y'all. And she needed a strainer, to just straining rocks and stuff. Man, we go in there and pay $1.25 for one, instead of going and buying one for $4 or $5 somewhere. So hey, let's look at this Islander this morning, y'all. Is this something y'all be interested in? Hey, can y'all still see me? Because I just hit the other screen. I can't see my own self no more. Can they still see me?
I don't know. I'm not watching you.
Oh man, well turn. Okay, I'm gonna go back. Could y'all still see me? 5 and dime. Hey, we had a Ben Franklin 5 and dime here when I was a kid. Ben Franklin 5 and dime, and they had that store jam packed, man. I mean, when you walked in there, I was a little kid and I had to walk sideways in there. It was stuff everywhere, but it's gone now. Oh, Jimmy said we see you. Okay, good. I'm going back over here. All right. So, hey, let me tell you about this ship, y'all. How big is this ship? It's bigger than the one they got down in West Palm. Okay. This one is 900. You can see me? Yay! Do I look better on TV?
You're dark. I don't know why it's so dark in that room, but I can see you.
Can you see me now? I didn't turn my little light on. Anyway, so this ship is 959 foot long. That's a bigger ship, y'all. And it's going to hold 2,114 passengers. Woo! How about that? Its gross tonnage is 85,600 gross tons. So it's still a small cruise ship by today's standards. It's still a small ship, but it's bigger than the one they had, and it's going to be doing more sailings. And it's also got more stuff than the other ship, y'all. This is a real cruise ship, even by our standards today. John says when our dollar stores went to $1.25, they started closing up. We're down from 2 to 4. Really? I'll tell you, ours down here, John, in Florida are so busy, you almost can't get in the parking lot. In fact, the one just south of us, some days you just can't get in there. You look and the parking lot's full. The back parking lot's full. They're parked they pulled off the highway by the ditch. So we just go the other one, head north. They got a much larger parking lot because it's got a whole big shopping complex, and have to go up to that one. They are packed down here. It's crazy. Marjorie. Good morning to you, Marjorie. She says, hi, Sea Lake Journeys, and good morning. Good morning to you, Marjorie. We are talking about the Margaritaville Islander here for just a moment this morning. Is anybody interested in that cruise line? Now, I know going out of West Palm, it didn't generate a whole lot of interest for us. We was like, yeah, it's a 2-day cruise from West Palm to the Bahamas. I don't know. We thought about doing it, but not really. But, now it seems like, this step up, I think it's going to generate even more interest and allow this cruise line to get stronger. And who knows, maybe grow even more. Bam Nola coming in saying, good morning, Chet, and everyone in the chat. Hey, you know what time it is here real quick? It's time for me to get a drink of water. You know what that means?
Look at him.
Just enough time for me to get a drink of water. I like that. That's my reindeer water break, y'all. Everybody saying good morning, everybody. Right on, y'all. That's good stuff. So, yeah, this ship is going to be much bigger. It's not going to be adults only, though. It's going to still be, anybody can go. But if you're under 18, you have to be accompanied by an adult. How about that? Does that just make sense? Are you going to send your teenagers on a week cruise by themselves instead of summer camp? A little more information about it for you. It's got 12 dining venues, 13 bars and lounges. Yeah, how about that? It's got a fitness center. It's got a spa. It's got a casino. It's got all the stuff that you want. And it's even got an arcade. How about that? And it's got 4 outdoor pools. 4 distinct outdoor pool zones, I should say. How about that? So, yeah, so they got a real deal going on here, y'all. A real deal. And, of course, they got live music on here. And they've got stuff you can buy from Margaritaville in case you didn't spend enough money to get on the cruise. They've got stuff you can buy while you're on the cruise. And where are they going to be going, do you ask? Well, they're going to be going to Key West, Jamaica, Cozumel, Costa Maya, Progreso. So they've got some Western Caribbean stops from there. Places that are very popular to go to. Progreso is not on a lot of other cruise lines list of places to go. So this may be a line you consider if you want to go to that destination. Yeah. So I just look at this and I'm like, they are really doing it up, y'all. They're doing it up. They're getting some things done over there at Margaritaville. Did you think that they would succeed? Did you think that they would fall doing just 2 days out of West Palm? Did you ever even think about Margaritaville? We thought about it, of course, because it is a cruise line. We didn't give it a whole lot of thought, though. But now it's definitely, I think, going to get some attention from the cruising world. There's controversial cruising Scott coming in saying, good morning. Oh, good morning to you, Scott. Woo! And make sure I didn't miss anybody. Aaron Smith right there saying, good morning, all. Happy Good Friday. That's right. It's Happy Good Friday. Don't forget, today also is the Raid Parade starting at 2 o'clock. And we got a lineup. I think it's 9 or 10 different channels bringing videos in today. All different kinds of stuff. Cruising, traveling, cooking, you name it. And they've got it on the Raid Parade. And it's great. You can just jump in there, follow the link along, and just go from one channel to the next, watching those great videos, and support the cruising community and the YouTube community, I should say. We got a video in there. I forget what time ours is, like 2:38 or 2:28, something like that. I think 2:28. But ours is going to be on, what did I say it was going to be on? Oh, yeah. It's going to be on the teppanyaki, bonsai teppanyaki from the Mardi Gras. It turned out pretty good. I think it'll be a pretty decent thing to see. So what kind of plans do you have for this weekend? If you have anything, let us know here in Sea Lake Journeys. Sunday, we will still be here live at 6 p.m. A lot of other channels have said, they're going to take the day off because it is Easter Sunday. We thought about it, but we had enough people in our chats and comment to us that, hey, do it. So we're going to do a game show Sunday night. That's right. If you go back to last Friday or last Wednesday, I forget when I did the game show. I did a Mad Lib Sea Lake Journey version here, and it went really well. But 30 minutes wasn't enough time to do it the way I'd like to do it. So I'm creating the Sea Lake Journey Mad Lib, and Robin doesn't even know what it's going to be about. So while she's over here, and y'all are going to throw in the nouns, the verbs, the names, the YouTube channels, the people, all the stuff that we're going to need to make up the story. Y'all are going to put it in the chat, and she's going to pick one because she don't know what the story is, and I'm going to write it into the story. And at the end, we're going to read it to you and see what kind of crazy stuff that y'all create from the Sea Lake Journey crew. Aaron says, true story. There was a guy in Arkansas who ran a Ben Franklin. The landlord decided to not renew the lease. The guy closed the doors and started his own store. That guy was Sam Walton. Look where that turned out, too. Wow. How about that? Man, going from Ben Franklin to Walmart. And yeah, because Ben Franklin's disappeared when Walmart's came in. They just ate them up. Sure did. And John says, because they're still owned and operated by Bahama Paradise, I would not consider them as a venue I would use. Oh, okay. Bahama Paradise owns them. Okay. So the Margaritaville, they're just bought into it. I wonder how that works. I wonder how that works with the Margaritaville label and stuff. They must have some kind of contract stuff they have to do. I'm curious about that now, John. That's an interesting thing right there. But yeah, they got all themed to Margaritaville and the staterooms and the ship and everything. And the food is kind of geared toward that Key West Margaritaville vibe. So at least now it's interesting anyway. It's getting interesting, isn't it, over there? But our next cruise will be on MSC, and then right after our MSC cruise, we'll be leaving Port Canaveral and heading down to Miami to get on.
Alert, alert!
Alert, alert!
It's a group cruise!
Group cruise, y'all!
With your host, Sea Lake Journeys, TNT Adventures to Sea, and Ocean to Ocean Travel.
So come on, let's get on that Norwegian breakaway. May 19th through the 26th, 2024. We'll be leaving out of the port of Miami, going to Puerto Plata, Dominican Republic, St. Thomas, and Tortola. And finally, we're going to NCL's private island, Great Stirrup Cay. Contact Bruce at Ocean to Ocean Travel today to get those group rates and special perks.
Join the Facebook group for all the planned events. There's room for everyone. Don't forget, contact Bruce at oceantoceantravel.com. We'll see ya on the ship.
See ya on the ship. Okay, so, and don't forget, starting April 9th on Tuesday night on 9 o'clock on Ocean to Ocean Travel Channel, TNT Adventures to Sea with Tom and Terry and ourselves, Sea Lake Journeys, we will be joining Bruce and Cindy to talk about the ports we're going to be visiting on that group cruise and the things there are to do. So that'll give you something to do on Tuesday night. Thanks a lot, y'all. We appreciate you joining us here on Good Friday. Let's remember why it is good. And we will see you at the Raid Parade here later on today. And then we'll see you Sunday night for that game show. Come on, don't miss it. We need your input to make it work. Until next time, we will see you around the channel. See you around the channel.